This is the Kelty Grand Mesa 2. This is the Kelty All In 2. These are both lightweight backpacking options. I'm going to tell you why I just picked up the Kelty All In 2. Sit tight. Hey, what's going on? It's Matt. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about why I'm switching backpacking tents from the Kelty Grand Mesa 2 right here and the Kelty All In 2. What the differences are, why I made the switch to the All In 2 for my upcoming backpacking trip at the end of September. It's not all about weight when it comes to choosing backpacking tents or any kind of tent for that matter. And the Grand Mesa 2 just had some issues that I could not simply get past. I've owned it for about 7 years. This colorway right here is an old colorway, but Kelty still makes this tent and it is a great tent. Comes in around 4 pounds, 12 ounces. It is freestanding as well as the All In is freestanding. However, the All In 2 comes in at a little bit lighter of a weight at 3 pounds, 12 ounces. You will notice though that there is the rain fly on the All In. The reason why is because there's a couple of things I want to show you with that. This tent is easier to set up than this tent, but this tent is lighter. The Kelty Grand Mesa 2 is a tent that I've had for about 7 years. It's been to the desert with me, it's been to the mountains, it's also been to the beach. But when I was planning this upcoming backpacking trip, and granted it's only for 3 days, this tent was kind of really a thorn in my side every other time that I went before, and I thought that it was time for an upgrade. The only real reason why I upgraded tents is because the Grand Mesa 2 only has one door, and unfortunately it's at the front, it's not on the side. So if you're a big guy like me, getting in and out at night tends to be a little bit of a task. So enter the Kelty All In 2. Now you're saying to yourself, if these are backpacking tents, why are they both two-person tents? Well, when you're my size and you like to keep your gear indoors, it's always a good idea to kind of carry that little bit of extra weight for that extra camp comfort. The Kelty 2 In, I should say All In, has actually two doors. There's a door right here, which I'll get into more detail about, but there's also a door in the front right behind me, which has a pretty unique feature. Now, the rain fly is on this, and I mentioned before, this tent is a little bit more complex to set up than the Grand Mesa 2. Unfortunately, with this tent, it is freestanding. However, to really get a good pitch on the tent, you do need to stake out the corners. And if you're gonna put the rain fly on, you must stake it out to get proper ventilation. Even with adding the stakes, it still comes in a little bit less than the Kelty Grand Mesa 2, which needs none of those things when setting it up. It is what I would call a true freestanding tent. So this is what it looks like without the rain fly on. It is a one pole construction with a brow pole that essentially just kind of makes the tent go out a little bit wider. It gives it steeper sidewalls, which makes the tent feel roomier inside. The square dimensions on both these tents are very, very similar. However, the headroom is bigger in this tent, and the overall feel, just because of that brow pole, really does make it feel like a roomier tent. The first door on the All In is a side door, very roomy and very spacious. The second door is in the front. Now this door has a pretty unique feature. Not only is it a full door, but it also acts as a venting system with this over here. So if you want to keep the door closed but keep the bugs out, this will really do you well. So I am sitting upright in the tent. As you can see, I've got a lot of headroom up here. I am 6'4", and I still have plenty of room to breathe. There's not a lot of pockets in this. There's one back here, and there's one over here. One of them is a diffuser pocket for your headlamp, so you don't, blind yourself in the middle of the night if you want to use it for a reading light. The construction of this tent is really unique in my opinion, simply for the fact that it gives this much width at this area of the tent, and it's only a two-person tent. Let's talk about some of the drawbacks. Well, for me, the biggest drawback of this tent is the fact that you do have to stake it out when you're setting it up in order to get a proper pitch. The bathtub flooring is great, and I'm sure it'll protect me through heavy rains, but at the end of the day, it's a much lighter fabric than the Grand Mesa 2. This tent comes in at around $200 on sale. The footprint's kind of where they get you. They're asking $40 for the footprint. So not a bad deal, given that I bought the Kelty Grand Mesa for 167 years ago without the footprint, which was probably about another 30 bucks. But definitely with this tent, I will say is that you definitely do need to buy a footprint, because the bathtub flooring feels really, really light. Doesn't feel as sturdy. So that is really the Kelty All In 2. Grand Mesa 2 is for sale. I'm going to sell for relatively cheap, hopefully to somebody local, but if you are interested, hit me up. My email is in my contact information on YouTube. Great tents, both of them. The only reason why I'm changing up, and I think you can see why, is the door positioning. The ability to get out 2 different ways in a backpacking tent or any tent is crucial to a comfortable night's stay. And like I said, if you're a big person kind of shimmying your way down in there, you don't want to have to deal with that. Thanks for watching these things. I'll put links to both these tents down below. Have a great day. Bye.